Before I present Ted Gunther for induction to the Park Ridge High School Hall of Fame, please allow me to say a word about the Park Ridge School and community, the Park Ridge experience, if you will. I am in my 41st year in coaching and education, and I must say that my 4 years at Park Ridge High School rank as one of the most outstanding and rewarding experiences, not only for me, but for my family. Thank you. Thank you. Jim Wassel recruited me to Park Ridge School District, and as I recall, Coach Wassel said, "Coach, I'm going to take you to God's country." And you know what? He was absolutely right. Now, about the presentation of Ted Gunther. In 1981, I inherited an outstanding football team, one filled with really good football players. Arguably, one of the best was a running back, defensive back named Teddy Gunther. We're all familiar with the baseball nicknames Teddy Ballgame and Donnie Baseball. Well, I think whoever labeled Gunther Teddy Ballgame was right on target on the high school level. These nicknames, as they are respectfully applied, are couched in the essence of the spirit of the player. Said another way, Ted Gunther is a gamer. He's the definition of a winner. I've been blessed to have coached some great football players, both at Park Ridge and other places. Names like D'Amelia, Ritchie, Drake, Mayen, Tierney, and others are familiar to you. Other greats, such as New Jersey Gatorade Players of the Year and All-Americans Rashad Casey, Rayvon Anderson, and Terrell Dortch, along with Division I scholarship athletes Keon Walker, Ivan Ramos, Luis Turso, and Wilbur Valdez, developed a litany of reasons for league championships, county championships, and state championships. Somehow, the above inexhaustible list begs the question, who was the greatest player of them all? While I might appear dumb, I'm not totally stupid. So I refuse to rank them. But let me give perspective to where Ted Gunther stands among these names. Ted Gunther unequivocally lists, or should I say metaphorically, runs in that company. Statistically, Teddy compares with the best. He rushed for thousands of yards and scored 40 touchdowns, both running and receiving passes. Teddy was an outstanding defensive back and also contributed greatly to the special teams by returning kicks and punts. And while I'm not sure it was his most favorite phase of the game, Ted Gunther was a hell of a lead blocker for Mike Ritchie and others. Sometimes I ask myself, why was Ted such a good blocker? The answers I receive range from either he was just a great team player or he was plain scared of me. You see, I was a little aggressive in my approach to winning football games. I'm sure that all of Ted's teammates who are here tonight to honor him vividly recall a Kodak moment at halftime in the locker room on Thanksgiving morning at Cresskill High School in 1982. If memory serves, in the second half of that game, we overcame a 13-7 deficit and went on to win 35-13 as Teddy rushed for 140 yards and 3 touchdowns in the second half alone. That output only confirms my belief that proper motivation is critical for the athlete's performance. Finally, in thinking of the great ones, instead of trying to rank them, I ask myself a rhetorical question. Coach, if you had only one play remaining to win the biggest game, which player would you choose to make that play? Which player would you totally trust? Which player has the ability to make that play? Which player has the want to, the courage to perform under pressure? While that question also goes unanswered, the criteria required defines the phenomenon of a champion. I've been around a lot of champions, and Ted Gunther is a champion. it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you for induction, Teddy Gunther.
Oh, man.
Let me get out of your way.
No, don't you leave. Thank you very much, Coach. You still got it. And I am still a little afraid of you. But thank you very much. Been thinking a lot about what to say, and in the 3 years that I played varsity football, we were 28-4. And that has a lot to do with the players that we had and the coaches. And I have a whole table right there of guys who blocked for me, and I thank you very much. And started off with Coach Wassel to Coach Stinson, and Livitharis, Noto, Bauer, all those guys. We were so well prepared. We knew the plays that the other team was going to run before they ran them. We had these tip sheets that Noto used to make. It was unbelievable. I'd like to thank the committee for voting for me. I really appreciate it. I'm having some week this week. I played golf on Wednesday and had a hole-in-one. And now the Hall of Fame tonight. I guess the next question would be, who wants to go to Atlantic City? That's got to be coming. I'd like to thank my family. All my nieces and nephews right over there. My sister Tracy. Hi, Trace. And her Hall of Fame husband, Peter Lewis. I'd like to thank my Hall of Fame brother, Eddie. And his wife, Deb. But this night is somewhat bittersweet for me because the two most important people that I would want to be here are not here. One being my dad, who would have loved this. He would have loved tonight. I mean, this was right up his alley. And my mom, who's in the hospital right now, but knowing that she watches this Park Ridge network channel all the time, so she will eventually hear me say that I hope she gets well soon, and I wish that she was here. Thank you very much.
Congratulations on both awards and that hole-in-one this week. That's excellent.